Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's Wednesday, May 15th, 2025, and let's just say, the planet's got jokes. We've scoured the headlines, sifted through the internet's collective anxieties, and distilled it all down to the 10 news nuggets you absolutely need to know. So strap in, maybe grab a stress ball, because things are about to get globally aware in here. Let's kick things off in the Great White North, where Canada's been conducting a fascinating experiment with that radical concept known as letting people have money. Yes, their Universal Basic Income pilot program is spitting out some intriguing data, and surprise, surprise, it seems giving people a financial cushion might actually improve their lives. Early results show shifts in employment rates, but not in the way those fear-mongering critics might have predicted. But these early findings are certainly raising eyebrows, prompting some to ask, hey, maybe helping people afford basic necessities isn't such a bad idea after all. Because let's be honest, if Canada, the land of maple syrup and passive-aggressive apologies, is starting to rethink its approach to poverty, maybe, just maybe, the rest of the world should be paying attention. Well folks, it seems the only thing hotter than the Arizona desert right now is the fiery debate surrounding the US-Mexico border. The Supreme Court decided to drop a bombshell ruling on asylum seekers, and let's just say, it's gone about as smoothly as a piñata filled with live hornets. We're talking protests, political grandstanding, and enough legal jargon to make your head spin faster than a ceiling fan on high. We'll break down the key points of this controversial ruling, unpack the potential consequences for those seeking refuge, and try to make sense of the political posturing from both sides of the aisle. Because let's be honest, this isn't just about immigration policy, it's about human lives. And regardless of where you stand on the political spectrum, it's a situation that demands empathy, understanding, and a healthy dose of critical thinking. Across the pond, the European Union is taking a giant leap, or at least a tentative step, towards a greener future. They've unveiled a grand new plan to wean themselves off fossil fuels and embrace the power of renewable energy. Think of it as a massive continent-wide game of, is it too late to stop climate change? But with actual tangible action for once. This ambitious initiative includes hefty investments in solar and wind power, ambitious targets for reducing emissions, and a whole lot of hope that they haven't already passed the point of no return. We're talking about potentially reshaping the European energy landscape, creating new jobs, and maybe, just maybe, setting an example for other nations to follow. We'll dive into the potential economic and environmental consequences, examine the political hurdles, and try to gauge whether this is a genuine turning point, or just another case of too little, too late. Because when it comes to climate change, the clock is ticking and the world is watching. Chapter 4 AI Summit, Robots, Ethics, and the Future of Humanity. Spoiler, it's complicated. Over in Singapore, the brains of the tech world are gathered for the annual AI Summit, and let's just say the future is looking interesting. We're talking major announcements, mind-blowing breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, and the ever-present existential dread that maybe, just maybe, we're building our own robotic overlords. Leading tech giants are unveiling the latest and greatest in AI technology, from self-driving everything to algorithms that can write Shakespearean sonnets. But amidst all the excitement, there's a growing conversation about the ethical implications of AI, because, we've all seen enough sci-fi movies to know how this could go wrong. We'll delve into the highlights of the summit, explore the potential benefits and risks of this rapidly evolving technology, and try to answer the age-old question, can we teach robots to be responsible, or are we just doomed to repeat the same mistakes with better processors? Chapter 5. Indonesia's Volcanic Aftermath, a story of devastation, resilience, and the power of human spirit. In Indonesia, the immediate danger of the recent volcanic eruption might have subsided, but the long road to recovery is just beginning. Thousands of people have been displaced, homes have been destroyed, and the landscape has been forever altered. But amidst the devastation, stories of resilience and compassion are emerging. We'll take you to the heart of the disaster zone, where communities are coming together to rebuild their lives, piece by piece. And we'll explore the long-term challenges of rebuilding infrastructure, supporting livelihoods, and healing the scars left behind by this natural disaster. Chapter 6. India's brutal heatwave, a scorching reminder that climate change is not a future threat, it's here now. Meanwhile, India is facing a heatwave so intense even the chai is sweating. We're talking record-breaking temperatures, widespread power outages, and a stark reminder that climate change is not some distant threat. It's knocking at our door right now, demanding a glass of water and probably some aloe vera. Public health officials are sounding the alarm, urging people to stay hydrated and avoid strenuous activities during the hottest parts of the day. We'll examine the impact of this extreme weather event on communities across India, explore the long-term implications for agriculture and water resources, and discuss what needs to be done to mitigate the effects of climate change before it's too late. Chapter 7. Africa's Food Security Summit. Can a continent united solve its hunger crisis? Over in Africa, leaders are gathering for the African Union Summit, and on the agenda, tackling the continent's persistent food security challenges. With climate change wreaking havoc on agricultural yields, conflict and instability disrupting supply chains, and a global food system that often prioritizes profit over people, the stakes couldn't be higher. We'll take a closer look at the key proposals being discussed at the summit, from investing in sustainable farming practices to strengthening regional trade networks. And we'll explore the potential for African nations to come together, not just to address the symptoms of hunger, but to tackle the root causes and create a future where everyone has access to the nourishment they need to thrive. Because, in a world where we can order a pizza with a single swipe on our phones, it's frankly unacceptable that millions still go to bed hungry. Hold on to your wallets, folks, because the global markets are having a bit of a moment. The latest inflation data sent shockwaves through the financial world, causing stock prices to bounce around like a hyperactive squirrel on a trampoline. Our resident financial guru, who thankfully speaks English and not just economic jargon, will break down what all this means for your retirement fund, your mortgage payments, and your hopes and dreams for the future. Because let's be honest, economics can feel like a foreign language sometimes, but it's a language we all need to understand, at least on a basic level, if we want to make informed decisions about our financial lives. Now for some good news, or at least a distraction from all the doom and gloom. The Global Football Championship is reaching its climax, and the world is on the edge of its seat, ready to erupt in a frenzy of cheers, tears, and probably some questionable refereeing decisions. Because even in a world grappling with climate change, political turmoil, and the ever-present threat of existential dread, there's something unifying and undeniably joyful about coming together to celebrate the beautiful game. And there you have it, folks, the top 10 news stories you need to know, from the hopeful to the concerning to the downright bizarre. That's it for our whirlwind tour of the global news landscape. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more updates, and let us know in the comments which of these stories you found most interesting, or if there's anything we missed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.